Good afternoon. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 5347 Thornburn Street in Westchester, and I am preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line here on the property for long tram. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system, then, is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I am going to be performing my examination today from the 3-inch main sewer line cleanout that we found here near the front right corner of the structure. There's our front corner below these windows and next to our main water supply here. See this black pipe sticking up out of the ground. Now, there was no cap on this cleanout when we arrived, so it's a situation that it should have a proper termination cap to prevent the sewer gases from escaping here underneath this window. Another thing about this cleanout, it's a 3-inch cleanout, a short section of 3-inch pipe that connects to a 4-inch vitrified clay pipe. So ideally this would be a 4-inch cleanout instead of this 3-inch. Alright, so we drop in and we're going to run through a couple of feet of the modern plastic, and then we start dropping down fairly steeply here and connect up to the 4-inch clay. Now we're running at a slight angle out through the front yard towards the large tree there in the parkway. I'm going to run along just this side of that tree, dropping down fairly steeply as we go. When we get to the sidewalk, we're about 7 feet deep. Alright, so these original clay piping materials, they were expected to have a long service life. Being a natural material, they're not expected to deteriorate underground, but they are more brittle in nature and do have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. Now, what I'm seeing here at this first joint is some evidence of cracking just past the actual joint or connection. So this is evidence of stress on the pipe. Similar thing occurring here at this next connection. Now, minor stress cracking like this is not uncommon in these clay lines, but it is, again, it is evidence that there is some stress on the pipe. And it's a very high likelihood that these cracks would worsen over time. Depending on what else we see here, I may or may not recommend any repairs or upgrades at this point. Some minor roots coming in at that crack. Now, root intrusions at the joint areas of these clay pipes is fairly common. Normally we're going to be suggesting that they could be maintained with regular sewer line cleanings. It's when they're left unmaintained for extended periods that they can create blockages and have the potential to damage the pipe. Alright, here just before we change from the 4-inch clay pipe and increased diameter to the 6-inch clay pipe, we have another crack in this fitting or connection. So there's 3 or 4 pretty noticeable cracks in that pipe. Here we are in our 6-inch now. This is going to continue out to the middle of the street, connect up to the public sewer. Now in the 6-inch line we definitely do have some root intrusions at the joint areas. That's the common root intrusion we were discussing earlier. Some cracking along the bottom edge there as well. Here's a good example of a common root intrusion. So when you start seeing multiple areas of stress cracking, it's not necessarily enough reason to start suggesting replacement at this time, but it definitely is a situation that we definitely want to make sure that the maintenance is kept up on the system, and that would include monitoring examinations annually to kind of keep an eye on those cracks to see if they're going to worsen. other options in these systems as well, things like rehabilitation with lining systems, things like that, that this would be a benefit to this pipe. But for the time being, the overall function is not really being affected by those minor cracks and some of the common root intrusions that we're seeing. And then here we are making our drop and connection into the public sewer, about 50 feet from where we dropped into our main cleanout. Alright, so at this point, not seeing any significant damage to the pipe, though we do have noticeable stress in areas. Not going to make any strong recommendations for upgrades or anything like that at this point, but that may be an option. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video portion of the examination for today. Please do refer to my written report for the final findings and recommendations, including maintenance recommendations. Now, we do recommend that all main sewer lines are examined after any significant seismic activity, and that main sewer lines should be examined annually to monitor for changing conditions in a system. And that's especially important in a case like this where you have older pipes that are showing evidence of stress. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.